Vice City released on this day 20 years ago, the 29th of October 2002. Time really does fly. Originally, this game was meant to be an expansion for GTA 3, but Rockstar eventually decided to make Vice City its own game. Vice City was in very early development before GTA 3 released in October 2001, but development didn't really kick off until January 2002, and Rockstar managed to finish Vice City around 10 months later. I absolutely adore Vice City. This was the first video game I ever played, and I was way too young to be playing it, but I fell in love instantly with the GTA series and gaming once I got my hands on it. Rockstar Games really did take GTA 3 and refined what they had created extremely well with Vice City, adding things like helicopters, planes, motorbikes, small gameplay improvements like being able to pop vehicle tires, shooting people out of their vehicles, the ability to crouch, the ability to jump out of moving vehicles, purchasing properties, actual interiors other than the gun shops. They didn't plan to reinvent what they had already started with GTA 3. They took what they had and they brought it even closer to perfection. For the game's 20th anniversary, I thought I'd go over some of my favourite things about this game, both big and small, taking us on a look back at some of the things that made Vice City as special as it was, and why I still think it's an amazing game 20 years later. First off, the protagonist and the rest of the cast. The cast for this game is absolutely stacked. In Vice City, we play Tommy Vercetti, the first voiced protagonist in GTA, and he was voiced by the one and only Ray Liotta, and has easily the best default outfit out of all the GTA protagonists. Just look at that short, what's not to love? The rest of the cast is also full of talent, with actors like Philip Michael Thomas playing Lance Vance.
Oh, way to go, tough guy. Beat him to a pulp. That should make him real chatty.
You want some too?
Tom Sizemore playing Sonny Forelli.
That was my money, Tommy! My money!
William Fichtner playing Ken Rosenberg.
Hey guys, it's Ken Rosenberg here. Hey, great, hey. Well, I'm gonna drive you guys to the meet, okay? Now, I've talked to the suppliers and they are very keen to start a business relationship. So, if all goes well, we should be doing very nicely for ourselves, which is, good.
Burt Reynolds playing Avery Carrington.
Son, you help me, and any greaseballs giving you a hard time, I'll see to it they take a long dirt nap.
Dennis Hopper playing Steve Scott.
For invaders when the giant shark comes in and just bites their dicks off.
And many other great cast members. Now, what about the map? I think we all know the map of Vice City at this stage. You've got two big islands with smaller islands in between, all connected by bridges. However, there are some areas of the Vice City map which are just oozing with atmosphere, and my favourite by far is Ocean Beach. I absolutely love this stretch of Vice City, especially at night time. All the buildings have neon lights on them, and the building textures themselves are coloured appropriately to give the impression of the neon lights giving off light. The smoke effect they use on Ocean Drive is also excellent. Small clouds of smoke, coloured the same as the neon buildings, are all over Ocean Drive, and it really adds to the atmosphere as you roam around this part of the map. I mentioned earlier, Vice City was the first GTA game to introduce actual interiors, in the 3D universe anyway. The game is packed with interiors, such as your first safe house in the Ocean View Hotel, the Diaz Mansion, which I think is inspired by some popular film in the 80s, about a drug lord, but I'm not sure. Let's not forget the North Point Mall, which is massive inside and has a ton of shops you can enter. They even do fake reflections all over the North Point Mall by simply placing the same objects under the map upside down and basically making the floor a bit transparent. This is used a few times in Vice City to fake reflections. The Malibu Club, another place full of atmosphere, flashy lights, smoke effects, and the rip-off of the Village People. The first time I tried to explore the club, I can't even tell you how much this scared me. Another small thing I love about the Vice City map is the blimp that goes around the downtown area, a great touch to the game world. Vice City also contains an enterable police station, a stadium where you can participate in different vehicle events, Escobar International Airport, a golf course, a few multi-story car parks, a lighthouse, a smaller mall, and an army base, although they don't really like Tommy there. Plus, let's not forget a few of the small Easter eggs and gags scattered around the map. The vehicles of Vice City fit the tone the game is going for perfectly, and this game introduced some of the vehicles which are iconic to the series. Vehicles such as the Comet, the Phoenix, the Ballista Compact, the PCJ 600, the Sanchez, the Maverick, the Hunter, and many more were first introduced to the series through Vice City, and these vehicles, well, the names at least, are still being used today in GTA 5. Basically all of the bikes which we know and love in the series originated in Vice City as well. And let's not forget the classic Glendale which comes from Vice City 2. Oh, and shout out to the design of the cheater in this game. This vehicle originally appeared in GTA 3, but the design in Vice City is by far my favourite out of the entire series. One more thing about the vehicles in Vice City. The anamorphic lens flare effect they were going for with the headlights and taillights just fit this game so well. Yes, it was like this in GTA 3, but I was so sad when San Andreas didn't have this effect. It looks so good and it fits the 80s atmosphere perfect. Another thing I absolutely love about this game is the art. It's easily my favourite art of any GTA game. I'm going to sound a bit repetitive and ridiculous here, but I've always wanted to express my love for the art choices in Vice City, despite how minor they are, so bear with me. The art in this game is just absolutely full of style and colour, and it's just so eye-catching. Just take a look at some of these load screens from Vice City. Even this game's manual is extremely pretty. It's just packed with colour, cursive fonts, and it's just nice to look at. Oh, and while I love the original game's cover art, this minimalistic version of the Vice City cover that comes with the GTA Double Pack is by far my favourite cover for Vice City. The art in the menus and HUD are also very appealing. Once again, there's a ton of colour and nice fonts. It looks so good. And just look at those weapon icons, you wouldn't see that in a modern game. If Vice City was made in 2022, I wouldn't be surprised if those weapon icons would be monochrome, void of any colour. But aside from that kind of art, what about the art design in game? I don't see many people ever talking about this, and I guess there's no real reason for them to, but one of my favourite pickups in the game is the Rampage pickup. I've no idea why, but I've always found it to be such an appealing design, despite the fact that it's literally just a white skull inside a pink circle. Same with the police bribes around the map. I think the pink design is really nice, and while minor, really contributes to the aesthetic of Vice City. Also, the coronas around drop weapons in Vice City just look so good. The way they flash, light up Tommy and vehicles when they're nearby, again, it just looks so damn good. I know at this stage you probably think I'm pushing it, I'm probably coming off a bit pretentious talking about the art choices like this, but I truly believe it's some of these things that make Vice City as special as it is, and really adds to the aesthetic and atmosphere of the game. Speaking of small things I love about this game, the sound when navigating through the menus is really nice. Oh, and listen to how good vehicles sound in this game too. Look at the wind effect here on Tommy's short when going fast on bikes. Some great attention to detail. It even happens in convertibles such as the Comet. Oh, and I love how sometimes we can hear Ken Rosenberg defending Tommy when he gets busted.
Tommy Vercetti is an innocent man!
And lastly, what about the music of Vice City? I don't even have much to say here, you all know how good the music is in Vice City. This game was absolutely packed with amazing songs, such as Africa by Toto, Billie Jean by Michael Jackson, Atomic by Blondie, and so much more. Even the theme song for this game is absolutely amazing, and it's what you've been hearing in the background of this video all along. As much as I'd love to play the other songs in the game for you, YouTube won't allow me. But I highly recommend you check out the Vice City soundtrack if you never have before. Actually, if you've never heard the soundtrack, you probably haven't played the game, in which case you should do that right now, because you really are missing out on one of the greatest games ever made. And on that note, I'll end this video here. Vice City really is an amazing game, bursting with colour and style. It really is unbelievable what Rockstar managed to create in such a short amount of development time. All I can say is thank you to all the developers and cast for creating this wonderful game. And lastly, thank you, the viewer, for listening to me talk about how much I love this game. If you like GTA videos, mainly modding videos, be sure to check out the channel. If you like this video, give it a like. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later.